In this video, I am going to explain concept of income and expenditure account and how to prepare income and expenditure account. In my previous video, I have explained how to prepare receipt and payment account, and not only that, in the previous video I have explained about the basic concepts of NPO and receipt and payment account. You need to know some basic difference between receipt and payment account and income and expenditure account. You can watch my previous video to have thorough knowledge of receipt and payment account. Let me explain briefly. When we prepare receipt and payment account, we have to start with opening cash in hand and bank balance. You have to enter all the receipt, whether capital receipt or revenue receipt. Capital receipt means non-recurring in nature. If there is non-recurring in nature receipt, that will be called as capital receipt. That is, we won't get on regular basis. For example, donations. So we won't get donation on every month. Revenue receipt means recurring in nature, which means NPO can receive some amount on regular basis. For example, interest on investment, interest from bank, rent received from the let out property. All these things are called as recurring in nature. So that will be called as revenue receipts. In receipt side, you have to enter all the receipts, whether the receipt capital nature or revenue nature. So all these things comes under receipt side. And come to the payment side. All the payments, whether it is capital payment or revenue payment, just enter under payment side. Capital payment means it is a payment. It won't occur again and again. Such payment we need not to pay on regular basis. Revenue payment. Regularly you have to make some payment. For example, salaries, rent, wages, repairs. All these things called as regular payment. That is revenue payment. All these things will be entered in the payment side, and finally you will have balancing figure either debit side or credit side. So that will be called as closing cash balance. Usually receipt and payment account will be started with opening cash and bank balance. Add all receipt along with that. You will have some amount, just subtract the payment, because NPO they will make payment out of that receipt. So from the total receipt, they will make some payment for capital and revenue in nature payment. And finally they will have some amount that is called closing cash balance or closing cash at bank. This is the procedure to prepare receipt and payment account. In receipt and payment account, only inflow of cash will be recorded in receipt side. Only outflow of cash will be recorded in payment side. And finally you will have balance figure. This is the basic concept of receipt and payment account. Income and expenditure account. Let's say income and expenditure account. Usually the income and expenditure account will be prepared at the end of the year. It is just like profit and loss account. In profit-oriented organization, they will prepare profit and loss account. It is a nominal account. What is the nominal account rule? Debit all expenses and loss. Credit all income and gain. In the same way, income and expenditure account prepared. Income and expenditure account also just like a nominal account, where they used to record all the expenses and loss under the debit side. All income and gain recorded under credit side. And this will be prepared at the end of the accounting period. When you prepare income and expenditure account, you need to keep some important points in your mind. In receipt and payment account, we used to record all the capital and revenue receipts, whether it is belong to current year, previous year or next year. All the receipts will be recorded in receipt side in the same way, whether the expenditure belong to current year or previous year or next year. If the payment is made during the year, means it will be recorded under the payment side. But when we prepare income and expenditure account, you need to record only the expenses belong to current year. So only you need to record the expenses related to current year. Here you have to enter only revenue payment, that is expenses which has recurring in nature, which means you need to pay regularly. For example, salary, wages, rent. So we have record only revenue expenses, which means recurring in nature, that is it occurs again and again. For example, salaries, you have to pay salaries regularly, that is monthly, and you have to pay rent on regular basis, and you have to pay interest for loan regularly. All these things are called as revenue payment. So there will be no capital payment. For example, purchase of any assets. Here you need to record only revenue payment, only revenue transactions. There will be no capital transactions. If there is any capital expenses, just ignore it. You need not to write in the income and expenditure account. This is the first point. The second point is, if there is any expenses related to previous year and next year, that is subsequent year, just ignore. For example, rent paid rupees 25,000, which include rupees 5,000 for previous year and rupees 10,000 for next year. Here you have to subtract 15,000 from 25,000. That is previous year and next year expenses, which means you have to enter for rent paid rupees 10,000 only. That is rent paid which is related to current year only. So in income and expenditure account, you need to record only the receipts and payment related to current year. And third point, just ignore opening and closing balance of bank and cash. Fourth point, non-cash items like outstanding expenses, bad debts, depreciation, profit or loss on sale of old assets. If there is any outstanding expenses, which means expenses not yet paid, but the expenses related to current year, but till now you didn't pay that amount. For example, outstanding salaries. In the same way, outstanding rent, outstanding interest on loan, or any other transaction. Okay. If there is any outstanding expenses, that should be added along with respective transaction. Why? Because the particular expense belongs to current year, but till now you didn't pay that amount, and it should be shown under liability side of balance sheet. It is a liability. Next, loss on sale of assets. When you sell any old assets, it is a capital nature. We can't record the sale of assets in income and expenditure account, but when we sell assets, there is a possibility of getting profit or loss on sale of assets. Profit or loss on sale of assets, it will be comes under expenditure account. If it is loss means just enter expenditure side. If it is profit means enter in income side. All these things will be shown under expenditure side. Loss on sale of assets. When you sell any old assets, it is a capital nature. We can't record the sale of assets in income and expenditure account, but when we sell assets, there is a possibility of getting profit or loss on sale of assets. Profit or loss on sale of assets is nominal nature account, so it will be comes under expenditure account. If it is loss means just enter expenditure side. If it is profit means just enter income side. Non-cash item. So non-cash item like depreciation, outstanding expenses, loss on sale of assets, all these things will be shown under expenditure side. Why? Because income and expenditure account just like a nominal account. Nominal account rule is debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gains. So these all the points you need to keep in your mind while preparing income and expenditure account. Next, specific fund. Any income or expenses relating to specific fund. For example, sports fund, match fund, tournament fund. It must not be taken to income and expenditure account. Come to the income side. Non-trading concern also have some revenue receipts, which means recurring in nature. They will receive some amount from members regularly. For example, subscription received, entrance fees, rent received. So all these things are called as revenue receipts. Just enter all the revenue receipts under income side. In this revenue receipt, if there is any income related to previous year or any income related to subsequent year, that is next year, subtract that amount from the particular receipt. Why? Because in income and expenditure account, you need to record only the income and expenses which is related to the current year alone. Okay. So there will be no previous year transaction in current year account. There will be no next year transaction in the current year income and expenditure account. Just exclude any income belong to previous year and next year. Just exclude that amount. You have to record only the revenue receipts which is belong to current year only. Profit on sale of old assets. Already I told you, when you sell some old assets, it is a capital nature. You need not to record the sale of assets in income and expenditure account. At the same time, when you sell the old assets, there is a possibility of getting profit or loss. How can you calculate the profit or loss? Just compare the sale value and book value as on the date of sales. You can able to find out profit or loss on sale. So if there is profit means enter income side. If it is loss means enter expenditure side. After entering these all things, you will have balance figure either debit side or credit side. So if you find any balance figure on debit side, that is expenditure side, which means surplus, that is excess of income over expenditure. So surplus means excess of income over expenditure is called surplus. That is your income more than the expenditure. You will have surplus in the expenditure side. So that will be a balancing figure, or you will make deficit, which means your expenditure more than your income. And this is your income and expenditure account format. Enter all the expenditure under expenditure side, that is debit side. Enter revenue income under income side, that is credit side. So in your expenditure, you have to enter only revenue payment belong to current year only. So if you have any payment relating to previous year and next year, just subtract that amount. And if you have any outstanding expense, you have to add along with respective account. Come to the income side. So you have to enter all the revenue receipt under income side. So subscription receipt, rent receipt, interest receipt. Like if you have any income related to previous year and next year, just subtract that amount from respective account. If you have any outstanding